Hey-o, and what is up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV tonight. Friday Night SmackDown was the final stop to this weekend's Survivor Series, and the battle for brand supremacy featuring an NXT invasion was still nothing more than the same old tired retread of what we do every year during the Survivor Series as the brands are battling to see who dominates the WWE. And I'm trying to figure out why anybody gives a shit, because WWE is just putting on some of the worst stuff we have ever seen. They tried to do a couple of interesting things tonight, but it may have been too little too late, and they gave us a new Intercontinental Championship title. Why they felt the need to change this, I'm going to tell you exactly why, and we're going to talk about it all right here and right now. My name is Nick Nightmare, and you are watching the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show Friday Night SmackDown Review and Reaction Show. Let's do it.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Think about for a second, what would be the one reason that you think they would want to change the Intercontinental Championship? Why would they want to change the look of it? Why would they want to change anything about it? I have a strange feeling that the primary motivating factor here was because of the involvement of Cody Rhodes. For those of you guys that might not be stupid, you may remember that it was Cody Rhodes that brought back that white Intercontinental Championship belt and made it the current championship that it has been for the last couple of years. So what are they changing it for? Are they changing it because of that? Sure, that's got to be the main reason. Or maybe they just wanted to shake it up. They wanted to make things fresh and new. But I'm also seeing Vince McMahon in the back wanting to maybe take a shot at AEW. And this may be just conspiracy theories, but when I look at the new Intercontinental Championship, my immediate gut instinct is that, wow, they kind of ripped off the AEW Championship belt. It's almost as if, in an effort to make their number one championship look like a mid-card title, they designed it to be very similar, right down to the diamond shape, right in the center of the plate, but they also wanted to make it look kind of stupid. So what do? They make it look like as if the AEW Championship had a nice little bang session with the, hey, look at me, I'm a clown 24/7, I don't give a shit avocado championship belt, with the big round plate in the middle, making it look just slightly off to me in my eyes, but it was very reminiscent of the AEW Championship. So how can we make their championship look stupid? Let's combine it with the most useless, retarded championship belt we ever came up with. As a belt on its own, it's a nice looking belt. It's not the worst. It's definitely broken the WWE's track record of terrible belts. But when you just change the Universal Championship to blue, and those are the two worst belts in the history of the WWE. I hate the home plate title belt with the big WWE logo in the middle. I think it's atrocious. And I think if they would have taken this and made it the WWE Championship or the Universal Championship, I may be a little bit more accepting. But they're not going to do that, because then it would just be painfully obvious how much they just kind of took what they were doing over there and applied it over here. And if you think I'm crazy, go look at it. Go look at it for yourself. Compare it side by side. I posted it on my Twitter account. I put up a picture there. The AEW title and this Intercontinental Championship, very, very, very similar. And that can't be a coincidence, if you ask me. And you know what else can't be a coincidence? How much I didn't enjoy SmackDown. In fact, I want to give the entire SmackDown episode a big fat old poop hammer. Because I was not excited about the Survivor Series watching this. This is the same old shit. And you can get your own poop hammer in the form of a t-shirt. Since we're talking about same old shit, let's talk about some awesome shit right now. And that is the poop hammer that I have designed for you guys this holiday season. Get your hands on some Sledgehammer TV merchandise. You can get the Sledgehammer TV logo t-shirt, which is available in every professional wrestling color out there. Red, blue, yellow, orange, and black, all there for you. And then there is the Poop Hammer Special Edition t-shirt to close out 2019. Get your own Poop Hammer shirt right now at bonfire.com/store/sledgehammer-TV. I will leave a link in the description and in a pinned comment below. You guys go get your gear right now and show your support to your favorite wrestling show, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, because we're not afraid to dole out the poop hammers, and it's a great way for you guys to show the world what you think of them. Maybe you want to dish out the poop hammer to some of your friends. All you gotta do is wear it on your chest, and when they say, hey, what's that? You say, this is what you deserve to be hit with every day. And they're gonna be like, what are you talking about? And then you could direct them right here to the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for indulging my little ad promo there, but hey, it was a nice little segue to put it in since we're talking about shit. And SmackDown was another trip down to Shit Town for me. You guys might have enjoyed it. Sure, we got to see a little bit of chaos. We got to see some interesting things at the end. Oh, everybody's excited. Braun Strowman and Keith Lee made it face to face. We going to see that on Sunday? How's that a preview to Survivor Series? That's not what's happening on Sunday. This is what we're going to see. A preview of Sunday. Oh, yeah? You got a 40-man rumble between three factions of brands. That's what you got planned for Sunday? This is not a preview of anything. This is just laziness. The same old shit. We just add NXT into the mix. And how stupid does it kind of make NXT look? You got Raw and SmackDown fighting in the middle of the ring like a bunch of clowns for absolutely no reason. Nobody's winning anything. It's a Survivor Series. It's just all for bragging rights, so to speak. And NXT should be sitting in the crowd with a thing of popcorn and just sitting there watching everything. I mean, look at you idiots. You idiots. We are all going to battle in 2 days, and you want to fight amongst each other and then against each other. You got people from SmackDown fighting people from SmackDown, people from Raw hate people from Raw. Nobody really cares enough to put all their shit aside to fight the other team. So how important is this? How much does this mean to these people? Having locker room clearing brawls at the end of every show this week. I told you guys that was going to happen when we concluded everything on Monday. Did I not say, watch, this is going to be exactly what we see Wednesday, exactly what we see Friday. Roman Reigns wants to start the show opening the gate. Open the gates! Open the gates, because the big dog says so. Not because of the king, dumbass, constable, dickhead Baron Corbin, who's every time he is on TV with Roman Reigns is made to look like a complete schmuck. Roman wants to call him out. You're not a king, man. That crown don't mean shit, man. And I believe him because it's worthless. Baron Corbin's word means nothing. What Baron Corbin says or does is meaningless. And the fact that he took the Rudolph twins, I was going to say something a little less flattering, and made them part of his court just makes it all a big joke. It's just rinse and repeat of all the same shit we have seen for the last 2 years. 3-man teams that don't make sense. And you got all this Survivor Series stuff that just comes around once a year. Everybody hates each other, even though we just instituted the brand split. And nobody has any reason to truly have this undying loyalty to want to go out there and kill each other. NXT is invading the main roster. You would think that they would want to have the main roster team up together and fight the incoming battle of NXT. That would be the story you would be telling, to have Triple H bringing in tanks and shit. Oh, let's do the cool stuff we used to do back in the day, since everything we do now is complete shit. Let's take Triple H and Shawn Michaels and the Road Dogg and let's put them on a tank and send them right into the Chicago arena like back in the days in the Norfolk Scope. Because that was so cool then. What does it mean? Why are they going into SmackDown with a tank? Why are they invading so heavily 2 days before the show? This is something that should have happened weeks ago. To start this thing, you have just a show and NXT shows up at Raw with a fucking tank and causes chaos. NXT then shows up on SmackDown with General Shawn Michaels leading the charge, and then they destroy everybody on SmackDown, and then you get the next 3 weeks of build off of that. You don't do this last minute desperate act to try to get everybody excited. Oh, let's get them excited by throwing in some DX. DX is not NXT. It's not the same. I don't give a shit that Triple H and Shawn are part of it. Triple H is the CEO and he runs the whole everything. Shawn Michaels is training these guys. That doesn't make NXT DX. Oh, they both got X in the name. Let's do that. It was unnecessary. It was just so overproduced, overdone. Why? Tell me why. What do they win? Who's winning this in this war? What is at stake? Oh, we get to say we're the best. You can say you're the best all you want. And then you give me a show tonight where you're giving NXT such a prominent feature. We got guys from NXT showing up, winning matches. All that says to me is that on Sunday, NXT ain't going to win jack shit. NXT don't even have a 5-man Survivor Series team picked. And I don't know if this is being done on purpose to add intrigue or because they just don't know who's going to be alive after Saturday's War Games pay-per-view. And you have more than enough people on the roster in NXT. You had more than enough people there tonight to have a 5-man team that doesn't involve anybody that's doing anything at the War Games. Why not? They're not going to win anyway. So why not give some TV time to a team up of maybe Damian Priest and Keith Lee and Matt Riddle? Matt Riddle's not in the War Games match anymore. Just throw him in there. Who cares? Pick 2 other guys. Bronson Reed. Cameron Grimes. Team NXT. Fine. And then let the guys do their thing on Saturday, not having to worry about being safe and being okay for tomorrow. What good is it going to do NXT to have a team of Tommaso Ciampa and maybe Adam Cole and whoever who just were going to war the night before only to show up on Survivor Series and lose? Because that's going to be the fate of NXT on Sunday night. All of this was just to give them their, let's let them look good. Just like Baron Corbin getting the win tonight in that little stupid 6-man. Baron Corbin gets the pin so that it's 50-50 when we get to Sunday and Roman and everybody gets to defeat. It's just, he gets the win there. It's so stupid. It's so confusing. It's so nonsensical and it's not really doing anything interesting. Think about it. The one big moment that I know somebody in the back was banking on was the fact that, we're going to see Roman and Seth. We're going to see Roman and Seth go face-to-face for the first time. And you got the big dog in there with the architect. And the crowd is chanting for CM Punk. During their whole little lame face-to-face, after Seth Rollins wanted to come down like the entirety of Raw is the Shield, coming down from the fans in the arena instead of coming out of the main stage like everybody else. It was retarded. So forced. So nonsensical. Why were you excited about it? Why did you get hype? And then the crowd, NXT, NXT. Predictable. Of course you know they're coming. You didn't know they were bringing tanks and Triple H and Shawn and shit. But for what? For what? They're not taking over the main roster. Once Sunday is done, this whole thing is over. So what did it mean? It was useless. Oh, but it's cool though. Was it? Was it really? What's one of the things we complain about the most on this channel? There is no originality in this company. Whenever they need to pop a rating or to get somebody excited, all they do is dip into the cookie jar and go, what moment from the past can we recreate now? That's why we still get Hell in a Cell matches that don't even make sense anymore. It's just because it's a Hell in a Cell, so let's have it because it meant something in 97. It doesn't mean shit today. The same could be said for a lot of the stuff we saw tonight, on Shittown Friday Night SmackDown. Right at the open of this thing, you had Sasha Banks. Oh, we're going to take care of business tonight. They're all standing at the gate, the entire SmackDown roster standing at the gate, waiting for these people to show up from Raw and NXT. So apparently there's nobody there. But Roman is opening the gate up. And then Sasha's like, we don't wait for nobody. We're going out there right now. I'm like, but if they're not there yet, who are you going out to challenge? We're opening up the gate. Everybody's out there. We're going to wait for everybody to show up. Nobody showed up yet, but Sasha's out there challenging everybody. Nobody's there yet. And did everybody leave the door? Like, why would you allow them to come? Oh, well, they're going to show up and we're going to kick their ass. We're going to kick everybody's ass. But let's all go about our business now. Why not stay at the goddamn door? Wait for everybody to show up. Just keep them out. Beat them up in the back. Stop everything from happening. Give SmackDown the edge going in. Do something different. Don't just keep ending everything in brawls. We had the first segment of this night ending in a brawl. We had the 8-man tag team matchup ending in a brawl. We had the whole entire show ending in a brawl. You can do more than that to get people excited about Survivor Series. Remember the days when we used to get Survivor Series teams that the participants on each team actually had heat between each other? That's why they would be on the team. It wasn't just a random pairing. Or random team up for no reasons. NXT don't even have teams to show us. We don't know who it's going to be. One week it's Toni Storm. One week it's Tegan Nox. One week it's this one. It's that one. Who are on their teams? We don't know. Hell, we didn't even know Sarah Logan was part of Team Raw until I looked it up Monday night and told you guys. And now here she is tonight, showing up for the first time on TV in months. But she's diehard Raw. We haven't even seen her on TV since she was drafted to Raw. Stuff was ridiculous. So the women come stomping out to the ring. Sasha cuts a promo. Charlotte Flair. Thank you guys for opening the door for us. That was pretty quick. You guys came all dressed in your gear. We have a triple threat match made. We had a whole all-out brawl breakout, all for this to become a triple threat matchup. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Sasha Banks. Sasha and Charlotte threatened all of us with a matchup between each other for absolutely no reason. Once again, we were about to see this for the 10,000th time, and then Rhea Ripley's like, well, hey, let's make this a three-way. And this was a very interesting matchup. Charlotte Flair doing that friggin' moonsault, and we've complained about this a million times over on this channel. And whether you're a fan of Charlotte Flair or not, you cannot deny that is a move she needs to eliminate from her whole entire repertoire. Every time she does it, she gets hurt. It doesn't look good. She doesn't execute it properly. And tonight, all she got for it was a bloody nose. Stop doing it. It doesn't look good. It's never effective. She never lands it. Do what you can do. Just because sometimes, that's not even the right way to say it. Sometimes because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. And I think that's something that we definitely don't need to keep seeing over and over again. The one thing that I did enjoy about this matchup was the finish. I thought the finish was fantastic. It came out of nowhere, and it's something I never seen happen before, which I appreciate. Rhea Ripley came out of nowhere, as Charlotte Flair had Sasha Banks locked up in the figure 8, and she went underneath the bridge. She went under Charlotte's body bridge and got her in a roll-up, pinned her down, schoolgirl style, 1, 2, 3, while Sasha remained in the leg lock the whole time. I was like, wow, that was a great finish. Too bad this match didn't mean anything. A battle versus the captains. Maybe I would have gotten excited if I would know the exact team Rhea Ripley is captaining. Or any of the teams for that matter. I'm sure Team SmackDown, even though they've been the only team locked up for the last couple of weeks, will probably end up changing before Sunday. After the match, Raw and SmackDown teams brawled while the NXT women stood up on the ramp and watched, and like I said, they should have been doing the whole time. Then we go to the back where we see King Corbin and Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, the Ziglorious Rudolphs, and their Ziglorious King in this ridiculous kingdom that we have to live in that belongs to Baron Corbin. They're talking about their upcoming 6-man matchup against the big dog, Chad Gable and Mustafa Ali. I didn't care. I stopped listening because I don't give a damn about anything going on here. Anything that involves Roman Reigns, I don't care about. Anything that involves Baron Corbin, I certainly don't care about. Rude and Gable is a boat that has sailed for me a long time. Rude and Gable. I keep doing that, but you know what? Yeah, that's appropriate. Rude and Gable, I'm done with both of them. And Ali is the only one in this matchup that I really have any interest in seeing. And he's just being wasted in this matchup tonight as a lead-in to the 5-on-5. Stupid. Teammates fighting each other. Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn came out, made their way to the ring. He wanted to say something about, I'm sorry. I just lost myself there. I completely lost it. I read 2 different parts of my notes at the same time. So let's just talk about Sami Zayn and this Intercontinental Championship black bag. He says he's not surprised that King Corbin doesn't want to come out to face him. He had a little face-off with Baron Corbin in the back, which is where I just got myself a little bit confused. But we're going to keep on pushing on as we do. But none of this matters, really, at the end of the day, because all Sami Zayn did was reveal the new Intercontinental Championship, which I already gave you guys my viewpoint on. And it's not that I don't like it. I just don't like it as the Intercontinental Championship. And I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope you know what I'm talking about. They would end up leaving the ring and going standing and watching the next matchup. So it was just kind of stupid and unnecessary. It was just a way for us to see the new Intercontinental Championship, which I guess you can't really do any better. I mean, what else are you going to do? Just have him come out wearing the belt, I guess? I don't know. This show sucked so bad that my review is now going off the rails. Honestly, because I just don't even know what to say to you guys anymore about the regurgitated nonsense and shit that we keep seeing. I don't care. I just don't care about the stories you're trying to tell. I want to see good stuff. I want things like Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt to be interesting and fun, but then you just, again, do the same shit with them over and over again. You're doing the same story you did with Seth Rollins. Daniel Bryan's going to want to face the Fiend. He's going to call out Bray Wyatt, and then Bray Wyatt's not going to show up. We get a matchup between Daniel Bryan and The Miz instead, because The Miz decides to smack Daniel Bryan in the face, all for the Fiend to come out in the end, cut out the lights, everything turns red, and then we get the whole Mandible Claw segment. It's just same old shit. Why they couldn't come up with something more creative, something different, something unique? The Fiend is supposed to be all of those things. But you just keep going to the same move every single time. And I'm waiting for what's next. I don't care. The Undisputed Era had a match tonight against the New Day and Heavy Machinery. This was a fun 8-man. There was a lot of good action in this match. But I didn't see any need for this to be happening. The Undisputed Era getting a win tonight, again, is just telling me that Team NXT as a whole on Sunday is going to be given the shit. Going to be given the short end of the stick. But this was a fun match. At least there was something to kind of entertain me here. I was more interested in what happened after the matchup, which is Roderick Strong going face-to-face with Shinsuke Nakamura, and then out of nowhere came AJ Styles. But then there was, after the smoke cleared and they got everything settled, and Sami Zayn attacks AJ Styles and Roderick Strong with a chair. Everything all finished off. But we came back from a break and we stayed with AJ Styles and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson giving a very weird promo. Very awkward, very weird. He got a CM Punk chant, to which he told the fans he would mop the floor with CM Punk. And he promised to defeat Nakamura and Strong on Sunday night. Daniel Bryan made his way to the ring. They recapped everything that has happened between him and The Fiend over only the last 2.5 to 3 weeks, which is not enough build for a match of this magnitude. But Bryan said he's not out here to get yes chants or preach about the environment or play with puppets. He's out here simply to summon Bray Wyatt to the ring and challenge him to do so. And that was a great way to start it off. But then the lights went out and came back on. Daniel Bryan was still alone in the ring. And the Miz's music interrupted, and the word awesome exploded across my screen like a Thanksgiving turkey tail. Thank you to Jess the Buckeye for that one. If you guys follow any of us on social media, she pointed it out to me. I don't know how I missed it, but she put the picture out there, and when you look at it, it looks like a Thanksgiving freaking turkey of awesome words, and it was just, it was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like I told you guys earlier, The Miz had some things to say about Daniel Bryan. Oh, I've been trying to do this with you since you were in NXT. I'm trying to make you a superstar, blah, 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 blah. And then he slapped Daniel Bryan in the face, and then we got Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, which was an interesting, back and forth. These guys have great chemistry with one another, but we all knew what was coming. It was very predictable, and The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, appeared in the corner of The Miz after the lights went out, turned red, and got the mandible claw on Daniel Bryan to end the segment. Great. We'll see what happens on Sunday. Shayna Baszler made her way to the ring. She called out Bayley, who was talking trash about Shayna Baszler earlier in the night. Out of the crowd comes Bayley, jumps Shayna Baszler from behind, giving her a little bit of a taste of her own medicine. They brawled outside for a little while. There was no interference or no show by Becky Lynch, and that would be the end of that leading into Sunday. Then we had the main event 6-man tag team matchup. King Corbin, Robert Roode, and Dolph Ziggler defeating Roman Reigns, Mustafa Ali, and Shorty G. Chad Gable. I didn't care enough to really pay attention here. All of a sudden, the match was over. Like I'm looking at notes and I'm trying to get the show together here, and then the bell just rings, and I look up and Baron Corbin hit the end of days and gets the win for his team. I didn't care at all about any of this, and then Seth Rollins and the Raw roster made their way down to the ring. Braun Strowman came out for the save because SmackDown was getting the shit kicked out of them by Monday Night Raw. Then the NXT chant came. Then the tank attack with NXT rolling in with all their troops and their big Papa General and HBK and the Road Dogg in tow. The only thing of interest, like I mentioned a little bit earlier as well, was the Keith Lee versus Braun Strowman face-to-face. Now, sure, it can get you guys excited to see something like that. It's a match that I never even thought about, to be honest with you, but these are the type of things that should have been happening weeks ago to gain interest, and then why there is not a match for Braun Strowman versus Keith Lee straight up on this show like that for Sunday, that's something you would want to explore. That would be something good to do. Instead of these 5-on-5 nonsense things. If you're going to have NXT be a part of it, make it simpler. Have a 5-on-5 tag team matchup. Team Raw and SmackDown. Team WWE versus Team NXT. Would have been much better. And then you have your triple threat championship matchups. And then a few inter-brand feature matchups, such as a Braun Strowman versus Keith Lee, which, if given enough time, I mean, based off of the fact that it's the one thing I'm talking about and we've seen it for 3 seconds tonight, that's the one thing they definitely should explore coming out of this thing. After that, there's nothing really to get you excited about, man. This show just made my whole brain, honestly, while I was watching it, just fizzle out. I was fading in and out. I would have much rather spend my night watching The Mandalorian episode number 3, which I am going to do immediately following this review, or I could have been spending the rest of my night playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And yeah, I'm a little bit Star Wars heavy right now. I got Disney Plus. Disney Plus is awesome. I've been, in full-on Star Wars mode when the wrestling's not on, because I need something that actually I can enjoy from time to time. And the Fallen Order game, it's a little buggy. It's not too great with the controls, but the story they're telling me is worth the pain, unlike what they're doing in the WWE on Mondays and Fridays specifically. We got War Games tomorrow night, you guys, and I'm excited about War Games, hoping to all of the wrestling gods up above that the main roster do not ruin War Games. There is no reason for Raw or SmackDown to show up during TakeOver. Let TakeOver be TakeOver. Let Survivor Series be the brand warfare thing. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. But I have a strange feeling that somehow or some way we're going to see some shenanigans that have to do with promoting Sunday during the NXT show Saturday. But let's hope that is not the case. I am very looking forward to seeing who's actually going to survive the two different War Games matchups. And we have some great championship matchups on the War Games pay-per-view as well. Sunday night is going to be Survivor Series. A lot of interesting matchups that they did nothing with the build to, but we are going to probably get a pretty decent show as far as the wrestling quality is concerned, as long as they give matchups like Shinsuke and Strong versus AJ some time. Those matchups are going to be everything. Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio? Pass. I don't give a shit about any of that. Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend? I'm interested. I'm scared, but I'm interested to see where they're going with that. The women's triple threat. Bayley, Becky, and Shayna Baszler. That's a great three-way. And I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I don't mean that in the sexy way. Although it would probably be, well, no, Baszler's too scary. I don't know. I wouldn't want her. And Bayley's not really my cup of tea. Becky, you know what? We're getting off track and none of that shit matters. But in any case, that matchup between the women is going to be great. It really, really is. I believe that. And the 5-on-5-on-5, I'm still not sure how it's actually going to work. We're going to get two of them. We're getting a women's version and a men's version. And I don't see how it's going to work logistically, just with the tags and everything's going to be triple threat throughout the entirety of the match. Are they going to be eliminating people? You know, obviously it's Survivor Series, right? So you're going to be eliminating one at a time, and are we going to? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. They don't even probably know what they're going to do. They're going to figure it out a couple of minutes before showtime, like Vince usually likes to do. But we got a lot coming to you guys this weekend, and a great way for you to make sure you do not miss a thing is to be subscribed to this channel right now. You can hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well, so that you are notified every single time an awesome wrestling video just like this one goes up for your viewing pleasure. You can join the Sledgehead Army by doing that right now. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, even though I kind of screwed it up a little bit in the middle, and I just didn't feel like stopping and starting over and going through the editing thing, because all of that extra work is not worth it for a piece of shit show like Shit Town on Friday Night SmackDown. And I might have said the word shit 100 times more in this episode than I've ever said in any other episode, and that's because that's what they made me feel like all night long. And if you felt that way too, you can hit that thumbs up for me right now. And you can share this video with each and every one of your wrestling buddies all over the wrestling world, especially if they need to know that this show is a farce and there is no reason to be excited about a forced and disingenuous invasion from NXT that means absolutely nothing, that has nothing at stake, and was just a rehash of a cool moment from another invasion from 1997 that never actually happened. And that's my summation of tonight's SmackDown show. Thank you all for being here with me. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is the team. Thor the Sledgehammer, the official Sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. His tag team partner, the World Heavyweight Champion of all the microphones in all the world, Mr. Blue the Snowball. The most important member of the team, as always, is each and every one of you. And don't forget to get yourself some t-shirts. Get your t-shirts. The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show's major channel sale. There we go. We got a major channel sale going on, and we're doing this Sledgehammer logo t-shirt, which is what I meant to say. And the Poop Hammer special. I don't know why I'm all over the place tonight. I think I'm maybe getting a little burnt out from this new wrestling schedule, and it's just too much nonsense to talk about. It just really is. But be that as it may, we got shirts for you guys. The Poop Hammer t-shirt, the Sledgehammer TV t-shirt. Go get them. Go get your t-shirts. Bonfire.com/store/Sledgehammer TV. Links will be in the description and comment section below. Thank you guys so very much for dealing with my craziness tonight. If this was your first time here and you made it all the way to 35 minutes, kudos to you, man. You got through all my nonsense and you didn't turn away from me even when I flubbed and just totally messed up this review on many, many different occasions and continue to do so at this very minute as I'm talking to you right now. I feel like I'm screwing up, so we're just going to end things like this is right now. We are going to watch The Mandalorian, and then we are going to get some sleep because tomorrow is a big day that is going to end with War Games and you and I sitting here once again talking wrestling. Only this time, it's going to be talking about some real good shit. That, my friends, is going to do it. And we are out of here. And we will see you next time right here on your new favorite wrestling show. I hope the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, only on Sledgehammer TV, right here on YouTube.com. And don't forget to check out everything else on the channel, linked in the annotations up above. Have a good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow for War Games.